Hey YouTube, it's Mark.
And Rocky.
And we are
This Cruise Life.
We are coming to you from the inaugural sailing of Margaritaville at Sea Islander.
That's right, we are currently in the Coral Reef Lounge down on deck 1 in the forward of the ship. It is such a gorgeous space, but you know what? We've got a lot more of the ship to show you, so stick around.
We've come back up to the stateroom so that we can give you the quick tour of this entire ship.
Yep, we've got photos and videos that we're going to share with you, so let's start up on deck 12.
That is where you find the skylight that looks all the way down to the atrium. It is such a cool feature of this ship. In fact, it also lights up the steakhouse area at the top, and there's some lounge chairs up there as well.
Such a cool space. Now, as you're sailing away from the port of Tampa, head on up there, because that's where you're going to get the best view as the ship passes under the Sunshine Skyway Bridge.
I don't know how much clearance it has, but you can hear the funnels echo underneath that bridge.
So
it is
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump on down to deck number 11 forward.
We have the mini golf. Oh my gosh, it is such a cool and interactive course, a 9-hole course. Oh, you're gonna have a great time.
We were so excited to check this out based on the renderings because not only is there mini golf, there's also cornhole.
Yeah.
And so that whole area wraps around the pickleball court. Yes, Margaritaville has pickleball at sea once again on this ship. And so it is the dis and dat activity zone. There's so much to do up there at the front of that ship.
There is, it's really cool. Now as we move aft towards the middle of the ship, that's where you're gonna find the Land Shark Lookout. This is not a bar area, there's just a table and an awning and some stools where you can just hang out, sit there, and enjoy the views. And you also can see the Megatron screen down below, which is really nice.
It's super cool. It gives you a 360 view elevated above everyone else so you can take in the views of the ship.
Yes. Now, as we move further aft on deck 11, we're going to find the upstairs portion of the JWB Prime Steakhouse and Lounge. This is the lounge space. Now, at the time of recording, this space was not in use. You can see that there's some storage of tables and chairs.
Inaugural sailings.
Yeah, it'll probably come to be in a coming sailing.
Further aft from there is the Caribbean Amphibian Playpad and Water Slide.
What a mouthful, but it's a really cool area for kids to be able to splash and play around. And the water slide is pretty cool. There is only one, so just be aware of that, but it's a really neat layout with some fun colors.
Awesome. Let's jump on down to deck 10. Deck 10 forward, unlike other Spirit-class ships, those are rooms. You do not have public forward spaces up there, and so we walked up there just to show you what those rooms look like. They look like cool rooms.
Yeah, they're beautiful. And then further aft from there, on the starboard side, we find the smoking section. This is the only outdoor smoking spot on the ship, so that is where you're going to want to head up if you are a smoker.
As we move back, we've got the second story of the Land Shark Bar, and that is a busy venue.
Very busy. Tons of space, lots of really cool surfboards where you can enjoy your beverage on the side of the ship. Really neat. As we move aft from there, that's where you're going to find JWB Prime Steakhouse. This is the main area for the restaurant. Remember, reservations are required.
After that is the water slide runout.
All right, let's head on down to deck number 9. On most of our other Spirit-class ships, we're used to seeing the spa take up this entire section. Yeah. On this one, there are cabins, and there's the Saint Somewhere Salon on the port side, and on the starboard side is the Saint Somewhere Spa.
Once again, no publicly forward accessible decks because those are now balcony staterooms up there. Okay, let's move on back on deck 9. That is Lido deck. This is where everything is happening.
Yes.
You come on outside and there is that beautiful pool that you are greeted with first and foremost, and that is the
Land Shark Pool.
Because it's right adjacent to the Land Shark Bar.
That's
on
correct.
The starboard side of the ship. And so another great place to swim and to hot tub and to have a beverage or two.
Absolutely. Now, as we move further aft, we come into the, well, it could be an indoor space or outdoor space, depending on your weather during your sailing, but that is the 5 o'clock bar. So you're going to find some great classic little drinks there, as well as the 5 o'clock pool.
In fact, we watched them close this Magradome today because it was so rainy. Good news, because it was closed, we could wait in line for Cheeseburger in Paradise, which we had for lunch, as well as
Mexican Cutie Cantina. some really good Mexican-style food on board the ship.
Both are awesome, fast, casual joints.
From there, we head into the Port of Indecision Buffet. Such a fun name.
Yeah.
And actually a very expansive menu of offerings. Port of Indecision Buffet is your buffet go-to spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner throughout your cruise.
No, it's not bad, but I love when I can get a freshly made burger or a freshly made tacos or something like that. The soups have been really good. We actually enjoyed some of the desserts, and a couple of the mains were pretty tasty in that Port of Indecision Buffet.
I look forward to trying more food there soon. As we head to the aft on deck 9, before we go outside, you're going to find Frank and Lola's Pizzeria. Now, there was speculation before we did this review, but it is included in your cruise fare. Some delicious pizzas. We have tried it. The crust is actually quite tasty. It tastes like it came from an actual pizzeria. Yum.
It's delicious. Highly recommend. As we head aft from the pizzeria, you have the Margaritaville at Sea coffee shop, as well as panini stand where you can pick up your deli kind of sandwiches on the starboard side, and then on the port side there's some more buffet station area as well. Then we head on outside to my favorite area on the ship, the adults only area.
Yes, we find the Tiki Grill. Now, this is an upcharge venue, so just be aware of that.
Next to the Tiki Grill is the Tiki Bar, and this is all tiki themed, which we love.
Yes, now as we head to the starboard side, we're going to find Island Eats, which is another upcharge type of venue. This one is mostly seafood products.
Now, keep in mind, these are adults only upcharge venues, so that's a little bit fun. And then at the very aft of the ship, you've got the Tiki Pool.
Yes, it's a beautiful space with a great view looking forward towards that water slide.
Oh, I thought you were going to say aft towards the wake of the ship.
That too.
Okay, let's jump on down to deck number 8.
Not much to talk about here, it's all staterooms.
So, is the same for 7.
As well as 6.
Wow, this is going quick. Now, deck 5, we are going to talk to you a little bit about...
This is where we see the kids' clubs. We have
Jolly
Jollyman,
Man.
as well as the parakeets.
Now, the rest of the floor is staterooms. On deck 4, the forward of the ship, we've got QMN, which we still don't know exactly what it is, but we are going to work to find that out for you.
All right, so we found out what this space is. I'm going to take you in there right now.
As well as Fins Up Fitness.
Wah! Immediately after that, we're going to find the third deck level of the Stars on the Water Theater. This is a gorgeous theater, and it harkens back to the early days of theaters.
Yeah. As we come out of the theater on deck 4, the rest of the deck is just staterooms. So let's jump on down to deck 3, where the magic really starts to happen.
On deck 3, that is where we find the A1A. This is the Jimmy Buffett Memorial Highway. Such a cool space. Now, if you are looking for a great place to get away, it's nice and quiet. Not a lot of people know about it. And it's also the same route you're going to take to get to Fins Up Fitness.
Now, it does surround the Stars on the Water Theater. That is the second level of the main theater. As you come out of that entire area, you've got the Hangout Tween Club.
Right, and that is immediately next to the adult space, which is the Havana Daydreamin' Sports Bar.
Good one. I wasn't sure if you were going to get all of that. There's also a stage for live music in that space. It is beautiful and pays homage to the original Costa Atlantica. I mean, just look at this space. How beautiful. Look at that tile.
I know. There's some great Easter eggs throughout, so check it out. Coming from that space, we go into the retail winding pathway, and it passes by the Margaritaville store.
Live life like a song.
And Island Time.
You can get all of your sundries or Margaritaville at Sea merchandise in these stores. Plus, of course, there's some jewelry.
Of course.
When you're done shopping, though, and you leave that area,
you enter the upper deck of the Flip-Flop Atrium.
I mean, this space is really cool to look down below and see the party happening. It's also where you can pick up all of your photos.
Yeah, the photo shop is right there on the starboard side. And as you head over to the port side, that's where you've got the lovely cruise photo studio.
This is the place that you go where you want to sit for a photo shoot, and they take all of those custom photos. When you continue on port side, you have the future cruise desk.
Right, followed by the concierge desk. Now, this is exclusive for those sweet passengers. It's the sweet life.
Must be nice. Okay, so we've had our photos taken, we've had our sweet life, and we're leaving the photo area, and we come to one of our favorite bars.
Yes, that is the Bubbles Up Lounge. Such a cool space. It's got tons of really unique cocktails that are crafted through the use of champagne bubbles.
And the menu itself is served in like a Tiffany box. There's live entertainers there. There's a piano.
Yeah.
And it's just a beautiful space. Really cool drinks. Real cool bar. We can include the menu here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then across from there on port side, you've got the Compass Rose Conference Center.
Right.
During the inaugural couple of cruises, it is the war room for all things Margaritaville at Sea support, and so we haven't had a chance to go in that space, but here's at least what it looks like from the outside.
Yep. Now, as we move aft from there, we find the upper deck of the main dining rooms. Now, this is the Islander dining room, which is actually an upcharge. It is included if you are staying in a suite on board the Islander. However, if you wish to dine in there, it's about $15 or so to be able to enjoy that space.
Now, it is the same menu as the Finn's dining room downstairs. However, there's a supplementary insert that is upgraded cuisine. We're going to check it out for you. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because we're going to give you a full review of the Islander Upcharge restaurant.
Yes. That's it for Deck 3.
Let's jump on down to Deck 2. We are almost there. We're on the home stretch. Deck 2 forward. That is the forward portion of the main theater, the Stars on the Water Theater. It is the main floor. It's where the stage is. The best views, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Now, as we leave there on the starboard side, we've got the Far Out Teen Lounge. Such a cool little spot. They've got a couple little games for them to enjoy. And then immediately next to that is the Far Out Arcade. A great place to, you know, put your thumbs to work and try to see what you can win.
And just like upstairs, you've got the area for the kids and you've got the area for the adults. You've got the far side sushi. But don't you worry, there's also a bar right there, and it's got a cool, unique menu as well. So we plan to check out the sushi on our sailing. So again, hit that subscribe button. There's so much stuff coming to you from the Islander.
And then immediately next to, or actually in front of the Far Side Sushi, is the Far Side World Lounge. Oh my gosh. Such a cool spot. They've got different trivias, they've got dance lessons, all sorts of things happening there.
Let's jump on aft from the far side.
Yeah, so once we get aft from there, we enter the Margaritaville Casino.
Oh my gosh, the Love and Luck bar is inside this casino. There's plenty of table games, there's plenty of slots, and the best part, it's non-smoking.
Oh, it's smoke-free. We love it.
We love it. It smells brand new.
It does.
And we've had a little bit of fun down there already.
Yes. Now, as we move aft from there, we enter the main atrium. This is the lower deck of the atrium. It is the flip-flop atrium, and wouldn't you know, there is a giant flip-flop right in the middle of it.
We got our picture taken immediately when we got on the ship in front of that flip-flop.
We sure
There's
did.
also guest services up here. There's also the shore excursions desk. Those things that you would expect to find typically in a cruise ship atrium, as well as, of course, a bar.
Flip-flop bar.
The flip-flop bar.
Yeah.
We've not had a drink there yet.
No, we have
need
not.
to head over there. Look at how beautiful this space is. And, oh, look at that skylight up there.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's
and that
awesome.
bar is always busy.
It is always busy. Well, it's because you've got that giant mural that goes from that floor all the way on up to the top.
You know, if you take those beautiful glass elevators from floor to the very top of the ship, you're going to see some really cool things. Check this video out.
So as we leave the atrium, we are
in the Hemisphere Dancer Craft Spirits.
Again, a mouthful. Some of these names are a mouthful. This is the craft cocktail bar on board.
Yes, it is, and it is a gorgeously designed space. I absolutely love what they did with this area, and there's some really cool hidden elements. So if you are familiar with the brand, if you're familiar with Margaritaville, and where Islander was made into the Islander, you might see some of those hidden Easter eggs.
Look around. Rocky, what's your favorite drink from that menu?
Oh gosh, I can't choose just one.
Across from Hemisphere Dancer Craft Spirits, you've got the entrance to the 2-story nightclub, the Hot nightclub. Now, this is the classic nightclub you see on the Spirit-class that has the bar up top, as well as some lounge chairs and an overlook to the dance floor below. You go down the spiral staircase, and there's the dance floor and more seating and the DJ down there. It is such a cool space, but it is loud.
It is loud. Yes, we were there last night, and we could not last very long.
Okay, and then the last part of deck 2.
Yeah, as we head out of that space, we come to the Finn's restaurant, Finn's main dining room. This is your all-included main restaurant on board the Islander. You can head in there for dinner service. They have varying times. It's not like an assigned time dining like we're used to on some other cruise lines.
I love it, though.
Yeah, you just show up, give them your party size, and they get you seated. It's fantastic.
It's anytime dining for the entire ship.
It is.
It's kind of cool, actually.
It is, yeah.
And so, again, we're going to post several videos from there as well, because we had a great meal. We've had a...
Yes.
Trust me.
Yes.
Stick around.
And they also do some breakfast options on your cruise, so you'll want to check that out.
That's true. What's left?
Deck 1, let's go. Deck 1 forward. You actually saw this space at the intro of this video, and that is in the Coral Reef Lounge. Deck 1 forward of the ship, very bottom. And this is a spot where you're going to find karaoke and games.
All sorts of stuff down there. It is probably my favorite space on board this ship. I'll be curious what you think. Let us know in the comments if you think this space just looks unbelievable. It is coral reef themed. Yes. The blues are beautiful.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, just the mirrored entrance. Absolutely beautiful.
They did a great job, and this was actually original from the Costa Atlantica.
I am so glad Margaritaville at Sea kept so much of this.
Yes. Now, as we move aft from that space, we're going to find staterooms.
Yay.
First deck of staterooms. And then at the very aft of the deck, far back as you can go, that is the lower deck of Hot 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 Nightclub. You cannot enter that space from deck 1, so don't be looking for an entrance. Go up those stairs to deck 2.
That's it. That is the entire brand new Margaritaville at Sea Islander cruise ship from top to bottom. We hope that this gets you excited about the ship. It is a Spirit-class vessel. And
yes.
Rocky, what are our early impressions?
So far, so good. I would say we love the integration that they did from Joe Farkas design elements to Margaritaville design elements. They married everything together really nice. Yeah. It's a beautiful ship, and it's very familiar.
You know that you are in Margaritaville here when you are on this ship. You absolutely do. But as Rocky mentioned, that marriage of the classic, the throwback to the history of the ship to today.
Yep.
They did a great job, and we are super, super excited to tell you more about this ship in our full review.
Absolutely. So we're curious to hear from you. What was your favorite spot that you saw on this video? Please drop it into the comments below. If you haven't done it already, please give this video a thumbs up. Let us know you like it.
And again, I know you already hit subscribe earlier when I told you to do that, so you don't have to do that again, but...
Please smash that notification bell so that you're aware when we put out that full review, as well as all of our other food reviews that are coming out from this ship.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, thank you. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. And for all of you who have been here along this journey, thank you. We couldn't do it without you. Until next time.
We'll see you out on the ocean.